All right, let's get
All right.
started.
All right. Hey, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Lakers Therapy for Sunday, April 9th. Today, we're going to talk about Lakers officially in the play-in tournament, which is crazy. Um, we grinded out a win over the Suns on just last Friday. And then we'll also talk about some regular season awards. Um, my name is Paul, and with me is David
Hi.
and Rahi.
Hey, Laker fans.
All right, let's get into it. Where do y'all want to start? You want to start with the Suns match?
Yeah, that's a good place to start.
All right,
Go ahead,
Lakers
Dave.
win 121 to 107. Kind of a weird game. It was a bad game. I think we can be honest with that.
Yeah.
It was.
Um,
It was. I mean, we were losing at some point. We weren't hanging in there until towards the end. They sat out all their top players. So we were playing against guys like Damian Lee and some like Norwegian looking center you've never seen before. And we weren't kicking their butts till the very end. And then once they kicked it in gear with AD and LeBron still having to play in the game, maybe they could have had some gotten some rest. You pull ahead and you win. So a win's a win, and you take it, but not that
I
convincing.
mean, you said no. Yeah, they said all the starters. No KD, no Chris Paul, no Devin Booker, no DeAndre Ayton. Biombo left in he only played 12
Yes.
minutes before he got hurt. That
Yeah.
was bad. He got like a bad injury with AD.
hmm
Cameron Payne also only played 15 minutes. That guy always has our number. Whatever, I don't know what he does.
He's the most
He's always lighting
annoying
it up against
opponent.
us.
He even gets under LeBron's skin a little bit. LeBron was telling him, what was it? It was a game last year. He was saying, "Stay humble. You gotta stay humble. You weren't. You were sitting at home last year or something like that."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
always cooking us.
This in the play-in, we're not going to make it out of the play-in tournament.
Mm.
You know, I don't know if it's they don't have their legs under them. I don't know if they're being outcoached or like combination of it, but they don't look playoff ready.
You know, to me, it's quite conflicting because yeah, we struggled a little bit early on against Phoenix. Yeah, we lost to the Clippers again. The schedule makers had a big part to do with that, I think. Like I was telling Paul, Team A, 3 games in 4 days, and then the next day you have an overnight. You have a next day game, and you're already gassed. And Team B has been chilling for 4 days. Of course, Team B is gonna look a lot better.
Yeah.
But at the same time, since the trade, we have the third best record in the NBA and the number one defensive rating in the NBA. So we're not going to be amazing all the time. But to keep it in perspective, this team is a lot better than what we were early on. This is not the team that started 2-10. This is the team that's finishing, 8-2 in our last 10.
Yeah.
That's who we are. And going in the playoffs, there are no back-to-backs. It's a new season. LeBron and AD, they know what they're doing. Reeves has no playoff experience, but I feel like he's going to be amazing in the playoffs.
Yeah, he might not get the calls. That's a potential worry. He's not gonna. He probably won't get the calls. Like it's just gonna be a little bit different officiating in the playoffs, especially with more. Like they're gonna let more things go. But at the same time, the referees love Austin. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's like every time he goes in there, he throws a little elbow or something, and he'll get the call.
He's already not getting the same calls he got a month ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But he's making his shots now. I think before, like he was, you man, I get the shot, but I'll get the foul. And now he's just making everything. He's super efficient. What was he on Sunday? On Sunday, he had 22 points, or not Sunday, Friday. He had 22 points, 9 for 13. He won 1 for 4 from 3-point line, but another 5 free throws for him. Still pretty damn good. He has a plus 18.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other guards, D'Lo, 24 points, 9 of 14. He was awesome. I think he was great on Friday. And then Malik Beasley finally had a good comeback game, 21 points, 4 for 10 from 3, plus 13. I like it. I like it when I see our guards play really well, but
Yeah.
we haven't seen like the guards and the forwards, LeBron and AD, play well at the same time. Like I want to see that all gel. I think that when we see that, that will unlock like something, and then we'll be real dangerous.
Yeah.
See,
And that takes time. Maybe it is a training camp.
they all have a little bit of point and shoot, but they're all kind of rhythm guys. I mean the whole NBA is like all rhythm, but most of our starting lineup, they have to have the ball in their hands to get into rhythm. They have to start seeing the ball go in before they start flowing. And by the time that happens for one group, guard or like front court, back court, like the other side is already like, okay, they're going, so let's dish to them, and they themselves get out of rhythm. So it's like it'll be tough to see them all like do it at the same time without like set plays.
I don't know if Darvin Ham's offensive system lets.
He has an offensive system. It's news to me.
Yeah, wait, what?
He has something.
Man,
He doesn't say go play.
that's
He has
that's,
something.
that's news to me. Shit.
He's got something. He tells them something, man. But
You know what?
I mean, it's kind of like just you going out and you're hooping.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
maybe you call a screen or a backdoor cut or something. But
I would like to see. Well, we first of all, like when we get to the playoffs, that system, whatever it is, it's gonna have to be something that we can take on. Like these teams are gonna be like matching up against us.
Mhm.
Trying to get matchups against D'Lo or Beasley or somebody that they can take advantage of. So we'll see, but I would like to see more from D'Lo. I just want to see him see if he can be more take more charge.
Yeah.
Because if he can play like he did on Friday, like that's
Mhm.
like he should be able to make more shots. He should be averaging. I would like to see him average 20 points a game.
He should. He ought to.
See,
And considering D'Lo and Reeves are both around 20 a game, and LeBron and AD are gonna do what they're gonna do, it's gonna be very hard to beat.
I just want to see them all on the court. D'Lo, I don't think historically he hasn't been a very injured player, but all these little knick-knack injuries that he's getting, like my hip, my ankle, my foot, my neck, my back. But like,
Finish the song.
yeah, however the song goes. But yeah, it's just like, is it that he's more injury prone, or he doesn't like playing through like pain, any sort of pain?
I think on another podcast, well, I can't remember which one, they said something about he has like a foot, something on his foot, had a cut or something, and they got infected. So I think he's dealing with some pain in the foot, and he's playing through it.
Yeah.
They were giving him something and didn't take to help.
Mhm.
But I think he's probably in some pain there.
No, I see.
It's a lingering thing.
Yeah.
Not serious,
Yeah.
but just lingering.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're hobbling into the play-in match.
Yeah.
We got one more game today against the Jazz. We better fucking win today. Like if we lose against the Jazz, I don't even know what to say. We're gonna be pissed. Yeah, we definitely. I think if we lose, we're not playing at home. But yeah, it's not even in our control anymore. We just have to win today and hope for the best.
Are the do the Jazz still have hope?
No, they're
done.
out.
Okay,
They're
so
completely tanking for Wembanyama.
they're just playing spoiler now, then, right?
Yeah, they beat the Nuggets yesterday.
That's
So
not
they're still-
tanking. That's not.
I know, but they're guys on the team right now. They couldn't care less. They're playing for their own.
Yeah,
they're
playing for
their own-
contracts.
They're putting their own selves on tape.
Talon
Want to be employed too.
is it Talon's contract year?
When we signed him, it was a 3-year deal, and
Yeah,
I think
right.
this is the
is-
second year of that deal.
Yeah. Okay.
Because last year was his first year without. He was on the Jet. No, we traded him this offseason. No, this is his second
third
year. After next
third
season,
year.
he's third.
I think this because he played 2.5 with us, no?
No,
Or 1.5. Okay.
2 full years.
Okay.
So we traded him in the offseason for Pat Bev.
Yeah, so this is his third year on that same contract.
No, but it's not his from his rookie year. This is his rookie deal. After
Oh,
his
okay.
rookie year, we gave him the
Oh, I
3 year,
see.
I don't know,
So
32 or something.
Okay, I see. So we
Instead
gave
of
him like.
giving Caruso 40, they gave him 30.
I mean, to be fair, if you're looking at it as a trade asset,
Mhm.
if you're looking at Caruso and THT as a trade asset, THT is worth more. They would have gotten more for THT than Alex Caruso. So in that sense, they did make the right choice.
But at the same time, if you see THT, we traded for Pat Bev, who we traded for Mo Bamba.
Yeah.
Did you have?
See?
I think you get more for Caruso than Mo Bamba, and I like Bamba.
I mean, that's true, but it's tougher to fill someone in that specific role. It's easier to find guards. So you might not find a guard as good on the bench, but it's even harder to find a center that good on the bench.
Yeah, finding a center is very hard. I'll
Yeah.
say that for sure.
All I know is that the Lakers scouting department is elite, and we're
Elite.
talking about second round players, undrafted players. Yeah, I think.
Well,
I don't know. We're doing something good there.
Yeah.
we're getting we got lucky because Jesse Buss.
I don't know if it's lucky. Oh,
Well,
yes,
Jesse,
we have.
Jesse Buss
yes.
has proven himself.
Right? Like
He is the top bus boy.
And
yes, he is.
In any other organization, he would be like on an executive level, in basketball operations, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't see himself in that role here, but he can't go work for another team.
No,
No.
he can't.
He can't.
He's a Laker for life.
So he's at the top of this role, which is, what we want on the court too. So
Yeah.
If we win today and then optimistically we get the 7th seed, we would go up against the Grizzlies. If not, we have to hit another game, go up against end up with the 8th seed and play against the Nuggets. How do you guys feel about those different matchups?
I like our matchup against the Nuggets. I like our matchup against the top of the league. Those guys. I don't like our matchups in the middle.
Phoenix.
Yeah. Phoenix, Clippers,
Warriors.
Yeah, they could get our number 2. They're
If they're healthy.
Yeah. So I like our matchup towards the top of the league. I don't like our matchup actually anywhere else.
I feel because
to be honest,
the Grizzlies, even though they made some noise in the playoffs last year, they're still young.
Yeah.
And they've had some ups and downs this year, even though they are the second. John Morant's whole thing, because they didn't win a road game for like a month at some point.
Yeah.
And I think it won't be a short series either way. I think that could go at least 6. They'll have some games where their athleticism and quickness just, take us out in the first half and we don't recover. But the Lakers can control the game, whichever of those games, it'll be a long series, and we definitely have a chance against them. Jaren Jackson Jr. is a very good player, not just Ja. He is averaging 30 points per game his last 4 games, and his defense against AD would be something.
Yeah. Man, I would love if Dylan Brooks was on the Lakers.
Oh hell no! Why?
Because I want that fucking like shit talking dog on our team, man.
No, dude, I want Norman Powell. Who's that guy out from the Sun that just we had?
Powell
no
was on the
answer for that
Clippers.
poll.
Powell's on the Clippers.
Ugh.
Yo, that guy went off on us, man. I'm so sick and tired of seeing these fucking like, no offense to them, but like B and C level players just fucking have like A level nights against us.
Yeah.
So tired of that.
Yeah, Norman Powell was on the Clippers that messed up. But yeah, that guy we had no answer for him. He was just doing whatever he wanted. And he was throwing up assists. Unstoppable for us.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about that Clippers game too.
Man, like I was saying, that Clipper game. Who has a 4-game road trip, and then the last game of that road trip is followed by a back-to-back where you have to fly home at the end of the season, like the 79th game of the season or something, and the other team has been chilling for 4 days at home.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. I think it's across the board. I think they embed some bad games for every team throughout the whole season. So it's not like something that's targeted against the Lakers. Because I think we played the Suns on the back end of a back-to-back
Hmm.
for them too. So, but at this point,
They chose to rest their players because they had nothing else to play for. They're stuck
Yeah.
at 4.
yeah,
I mean, I have a different take on it, but I think at this point we've lost 11 in a row against the Clippers, and I know there's a lot of excuses, but it just hurts.
Yeah.
We know we're the better team. Like, I feel like when we get into the playoffs, it's a different story. But we come into these games and we get out coached, or we just get out hustled, or whatever reason, and it's 11 in a row, and that just fucking sucks.
Yeah. I don't like it. And it's the only thing Clipper fans can hang their hat on.
yeah.
Hey man,
Don't
they
like
played a great game. I can't even be mad. I'm not mad at them. I'm mad at
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. I mean, you could tell we were gassed and we just couldn't hang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? They asked Ty Lue after that game. I was like, so this is why you've been sitting quiet all year, so he can do this? And then his response was, exactly. So, yeah.
Let's take his 2001 championship rings away. Ty Lue.
I mean, yeah. I think Ty Lue is. I mean, he's a vet. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to pull the strings. But if we go back to Darvin's offensive, what did you call it? Offensive scheme or something that he has.
He's got something.
Like,
His offensive
he's got
strategy.
something.
Yeah.
He has an
It
idea
was-
of something.
Yeah. we got to do some end of season ratings for each person on the team, and Darvin's gonna have to be someone that we look at too
Yeah.
with all this.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks because we're playing against coaches that we wanted to hire.
Monty Williams and Ty Lue.
Yeah.
Yeah. For what it's worth, it was Frank Vogel or Monty Williams. Frank Vogel got us a ring, so I'm not mad
Yeah.
at him.
No,
Not mad at
not at
that.
all. Not at all.
I think I feel better against the Nuggets as well. So if we get the 7th seed, I'm nervous about the Grizzlies. Not because I'm scared of the players. I'm just scared that they just have more energy.
Hmm.
And John Morant is unstoppable when he's going out there. So
Yeah.
if we can't match up with his scoring output, I think that's what it's going to come down to. We can pack the paint. He just seems to get his way in the basket either way. The ball in the basket either way.
Yeah.
And then with the Nuggets, I'm not scared of them anymore. I feel like AD has an answer for Jokic. The rest of the guys are good, but I think we match up pretty well against them, and they have to match up against us too.
When we played them in the 2020 bubble Western Conference Final, was that a 6-game series? I believe.
I think so.
That was a good series.
That was fun.
And AD hit that game-winning 3. If it wasn't for that, who knows? It would have gone 7, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun series. But anyways, let's hope we win today, and then something's happened, and we end up with the 7th.
Yeah.
There would have to be a miracle for us to get the 6th. We were talking about this before we recorded, but like it would have to be like a series of events where everyone loses and we win, and then we magically get into the 6th spot. But I would love to play against the Kings.
Yeah, I think their fans would too. Their fans would like that too because they
want that redemption.
But they won't get that.
Every other California team has the stepchild syndrome with us. Sorry, any other fans that are watching, but we suck up all the air in the room. When we talk about California basketball. I mean, not so much recently with the Warriors, but they feel it a lot of times when people just always talk about the Lakers on TV and podcasts and shit. So they all want to play us.
Yeah. And I mean, they go into playoffs for the first time in 15, 16 years, something like that. And essentially since that Vlade Peja Bibby team, they haven't had anything good till now.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because I live in the Bay. I don't know if it's because I live up in the Bay Area and there's like a little bit of like a jealousy towards the Lakers from the North Bay and North California. But kind of hot take, I feel like the Kings there was some collusion on that game on Friday where they played against the Warriors, and they didn't play De'Aaron Fox. They didn't play Sabonis. They didn't play Malik Monk, and that was a game against the Kings and the Warriors, and they were like, you know what? We're gonna give you this one to the Warriors and screw the Lakers because I think we needed them to lose that game for us to keep our chances alive. There was something there, I swear.
So
Yeah.
they can play each other in the first round.
Oh, did they play each other in the first
Yeah,
round?
they'll play.
3 versus 6.
That's what we were playing for, so that we could play the Kings.
Yeah.
So since they won, now they're gonna play each other. It'll be it's best for both of them,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
because
like the I-80 series.
yeah, they can sleep at home throughout the whole series.
Mhm.
You know,
Bus ride.
actually,
Yeah.
I just realized that like, this is like the first time that you're getting all the California teams in the top 8, right?
Yeah.
The freeway
Yeah.
the new freeway series, highway
Yeah, right.
series.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else to talk about with the these matchups before we get into our end of regular season awards?
How do you think we'll match up against a fully loaded Suns team?
Well, look, the Suns with KD are 7-0. With that said, he's only played 7 games for them. Just that's what a preseason is now. 7. So CP3 is looking old. Book is book.
Book is book.
But I think we definitely stand a chance against them. Say LeBron versus KD. They haven't played against each other in 5 years, but LeBron's gonna hold his own. They don't have an answer for AD. I think I don't like Ayton. Ayton's not gonna suppress AD. So, man, if Reeves is on, Russell is on. Long series, but we can take them.
I kind of have. I think we win against them. I think it's a matchup that we can win, but I am nervous about Eaton. I don't love that matchup because Ayton's just a big dude, and AD will get his, but I feel like it's a little bit more taxing on him. So, and then Ayton, I feel like doesn't have to move around much. He just kind of is there.
Yeah.
And he's younger, but I think that would be a fun matchup. The thing that we both have, I think it's an even matchup because we both have kind of our bench is decent, but their bench is not good. So I think they're playing all their starters a lot of minutes, and we have to kind of see what we can come up with. But I kind of give us a little bit of an edge there. Our bench, I think, is probably a little bit better than them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's no one besides AD that can stop Ayton. Ayton's just going to go over Wenyan. He's going to go through Mo Bamba. We'll see what happens with our new free agent signing, Tristan Thompson. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's the Ayton stopper.
No, he might shout directions from the bench of what to do against Ayton, but he's not gonna actually stop him himself in the game.
I think they're just covering Tristan. They're just covering their ass, right? They're like, oh, we got Mo, we got Wenyan. Like worst case scenario, like break glass in case of emergency. Like throw Tristan in there, because
I actually really like Tristan for his rebounding, though. I mean, that's what he's gonna bring.
Yeah, like 6 years ago.
Wait, I had this ready. Tristan Thompson's last 10 games.
Was it last season though?
Yeah, it was last season.
2022. Everything turned 2022.
Uh-huh.
He averaged in those 10 games. He averaged 3 rebounds, 3 points, 11 minutes. We'll see what we can get out of him, but he is a break glass in case of emergency time.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like we need a body in there. Get your ass in there, Tristan. Just stand in the paint.
He's been on ESPN just begging to be on the Lakers. He's just sucking up so much on this. It's kind of hard to watch on ESPN.
It's so funny. Like they don't ask him for his opinion on anything else except for when like, all right, Tristan, you play with LeBron. Tell us about blah 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 blah. All right. And then he says his little LeBron spiel, like, all right, back to you, Woj.
Oh man, and I can't believe Kendrick Perkins is still on ESPN
Yeah.
dropping
Ooh,
whatever he's doing. I don't know what he's doing, but all right. And the season awards. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am not ready. We just wrote this down. I don't
Uh-huh.
feel like I know all of my awards yet, but let's hope you guys have some.
Yeah.
Let's go with MVP of the regular season. Let's start there.
Hmm.
Oof. I mean,
It's
AD,
LeBron James.
LeBron.
Yeah.
It's got to be LeBron James.
It's got
Has to.
that's LeBron.
He is the most valuable player. He is the all-time leading scorer in the history of the sport. He
Uh,
is amazing. He is year 20 and still a freight train. AD has been amazing lately. He's been a beast the past 3 months since he came back from his injury. He's fought through a couple ankle tweaks here and there, and we wouldn't be where we are without him. But it's still LeBron James.
I think the injuries hold back AD because he was a beast. When he's been healthy, he's been a beast. But I think it's got to be LeBron. He played through his own injuries earlier in the season, and he just plays hard every game.
Yeah.
Even when we were like 2-10, and then like even we're like just stinking up these games, he was still consistent, putting up good numbers. Year 20. Yeah. David, do you agree? Yeah,
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if AD played like this throughout the entire season, then he would get it. No questions asked. But there was that huge long stretch he was injured. It takes him so long to ramp up to get like in like a multi-game rhythm. Once he gets going, he's unstoppable. But it takes him so long. So there's like big stretches in the season where he's not really contributing.
And I think this is where Darvin Ham's offensive scheme or whatever, offensive strategy, like got to give the ball to AD. Like, what's going on? Like, there's plays where he just doesn't get the ball.
Is that why he
Yeah.
was playing shorter Pat Bev and Westbrook at the same time? Because you have all these point guards, they're gonna pass it, right?
I've seen an analysis where they walk the ball up the court. There's only 2 or 3 ways that they can give the ball to AD. Like there's only 2 or 3 spots or in 2 or 3 directions from the playmakers that he can get it. So the double teams are being very strategic in that they're locking off those avenues. So because of the lack of offensive strategy, once they lock off those lanes for AD, he can't get the ball. So it's not that AD can't do it. The offense doesn't allow him to get the ball in any other direction.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think we need to play faster. When he's the trailer and the fast break, come on, that's it.
Yeah, but that when we play fast, we play good. Our turnovers go up.
Yeah, as of late as well. Even our MVP, he's been throwing some. I don't know. He's been making some really poor decisions, but I think he's tired.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Next up is most improved player of the regular season.
We all know who it
I'm
is.
gonna throw out.
Hands down, Austin.
We all know it is.
All
Don't play around.
Hands down, Austin.
Don't play around.
He is
Austin
shooting
Reeves.
almost 53% of his field goals for the whole season. The past 20 games, I'm sure if you look at it, it's probably even higher than that.
Yeah. He's drawing like what, 50 fouls a game? Like no, like
50 fouls, high clip, a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah. Hands down.
I think it's Austin. It's not even close. But I think other people we can consider might be Lonnie Walker, but it's a far cry from Austin. But we didn't think much of him, and he was kind of outcast from Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
See, I actually thought highly of him. Because they were like, I really liked him coming off the Spurs. I knew he was like a very, very streaky scorer.
Mm-hmm.
But so he did perform well. Like early on, there were talks like, is he the third best player on the team?
I'll say as an honorable mention, Troy Brown Jr.
Troy
Ooh,
Brown. Yeah.
Definitely.
very close.
He's so quiet. We forget. I don't know what he sounds like. He just, as the season has progressed, he's just really like he's started a lot of games. He really
Well,
brings it and everything. He shoots that three confidently. He runs the floor, rebounds, defends. Yeah. If it wasn't for Austin,
I
yeah,
mean,
it's Troy Brown for me.
Troy Brown, and one more that I don't know if he counts, but Denver. I mean, he also we think we picked him up on the free agent. Didn't think much of him, and he's been consistent and a beast
Hmm.
in a small frame all season long.
Yeah.
All right, most improved. Now on to the opposite, the most frustrating player of the regular season, and we can throw out some players that we traded out, some players that we
Hmm.
dropped, some players currently on the roster. No coaches don't count, or I don't know. We can put coaches in here too. I don't know. Where do you guys? What do you guys think?
Go first, Rahi.
Pat Bev for me. I'm saying Pat Bev over Westbrook because when Westbrook accepted the sixth man role, he did all right for a while. He started to play a lot better. He shined. But Pat Bev, we were expecting that dog of a defender at corner three. I don't think we got it at all. We did not get Minnesota Pat Bev. We didn't get Houston Pat Bev, not the Clippers Pat Bev, not the Knicks or the Heat Pat Bev. We just got
I got a good one for you guys.
crap talking Pat
Um,
Bev.
yeah, Pat Bev. I didn't necessarily love the trade, but he was frustrating. When we were losing, he would just get into these antics. The
Hmm.
game where he took the cameraman's camera and put
Yeah,
it in front of the referee.
yeah,
The game where he tripped the player and then he remember he went up to go like push the player to go trip over somebody. Was
yeah,
that Eaton? I think
yeah.
that was
It was
Eaton or
Aiton
somebody.
because he knocked over Reeves for
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
God
So
damn.
he had his
That was,
back. So that was nice of him. That was good. That was a good teammate
but
move.
yeah, but still so frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, frustrating for me was Russ and I guess Pat Bev together. I was just gonna say Russ because his defense is. I think the stat at the time was when Russ was playing, he was like 96 percentile for the offense. The offensive was like in the 96 percentile, and the defense was in the second percentile.
Mm.
But then those numbers were flipped for Pat Bev and with offense and defense. I'm like, what the fuck? These guys are like two halves of one player, two halves of a good player, and then two halves of an awful player. So I give the award to both of them for me.
I would agree with Pat Bev. I feel like with Russ, like it was just a bad fit, but he
Yeah.
wasn't as frustrating to me as. Am I wrong in thinking that Kendrick Nunn was on this team at some
Yeah, he
point
was.
this
Yeah,
year?
yeah.
He was extremely frustrating to me all season, or whatever he was here, because like we don't even remember him. He had zero impact on this team. He came back from a long ass injury. He got injured again. He just didn't even see the court. He couldn't play. I was like, what is this? I thought this was gonna be our guy.
He had
And
a bruise so bad he missed an entire season.
It was very
I don't know what
disappointing.
They call. I'm
Yeah.
thinking it wasn't a bruise because
Yeah.
how does a bruise stay swollen for a year?
go
Like
some ice, dude.
it was so disappointing because
Icing hot.
every coach always said like Kendrick Nunn is tearing it up in practice.
I know. I know.
And
like-
Miami, Kendrick Nunn was nice.
Yeah, he was.
Against the finals in 2020, he was nice.
Yeah, but I don't
That's
get
why
like
it's frustrating because
yeah.
we know you're nice. Nunn, Westbrook, Bev, you've established that you're nice. But when you play for us, you were not nice.
Yeah,
No.
I mean
You
there
weren't
could
him, you weren't nice.
that's what like Pat Bev's like was saying like, oh, the vibes are off and stuff, you know, but like, bitch, you're on the team, you make the vibes. Vibes come from you too.
Yeah.
All right, we got one more, and I wanted some different options for this one. Can't go with the same one. Fan favorite / people's champ.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Austin.
All right. If it's not Austin,
Austin.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
Austin. It's Austin.
It's all
But
Austin.
who
If
else?
if we didn't have to pick, we'd all pick Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyone else? People's champ?
Wait, let's talk about why Austin is so good though. He's just been extremely consistent. He's been a beast. He does. I don't know. He surprised me a lot
Yeah.
this season.
It's. I mean, I keep going back to it on previous podcasts. That he's just a hooper. He
Yeah.
wants to play ball. There's no nonsense.
Like
He just wants
all
to play ball. He
all
wants
of our
to get
guys are
his
hoopers.
contract.
All of our guys are hoopers, but he's a hooper, but he plays smart. You know, like
yeah.
the way he runs with everyone, like he knows he's like, okay, if I take a couple steps this way, that pulls it this way, then I can dish it back. You know,
Apparently, both his parents were really good college basketball players. Like his mom was the all-time
Oh,
leading
really?
scorer at whatever school in Arkansas they went to.
Yeah.
His brother is a really good EuroLeague player.
Yeah.
Who apparently, and I saw in the interview he had with Evan Turner, he gave a lot of credit to his brother for teaching him everything.
he says
So
his
he
brother
has a
still beats him.
pedigree.
Yeah? Says his brother still beats him
let's sign him
1-on-1.
Let's sign him too. I mean, no one wants to get owned by their little brother, but hey, let's sign him too.
Yeah. I have two.
Okay.
Dennis Schroeder. Ooh,
Yeah.
man, this dude.
Yeah.
If he was playing like this when we had him before, I'd be like, fuck, give him the fucking money. You know, give him the fucking money. He's like such a dog on defense. Like that play where he dove like across like half court to go for the ball, and he touched it like 2-3 different times on defense. That was like, yo, sign this man. Give this man his money.
Going back to the last pod where I apologized for counting him out, I would say he's my honorable mention of people's champ. Because he lost the bag and he's chasing it again, and that's what a lot of us are doing.
Yeah, that's true. we all fucked up that bag one time. Like, come on.
What could have been? What could have been? All right. Before I know you have one more, Dave. Let me go first, and then we'll see if it's the same guy. All right. I'm gonna nominate one player who came out the gates, guns blazing. He's gonna taper down a little bit, but he was a huge fan favorite for a long time. Jared Vanderbilt. As soon as we got that guy, he came in and he was like lighting it up. Hands everywhere, getting steals, getting rebounds, whatever. He's a guy to kind of stick on a big guard or a smaller forward. He can play different positions. He hasn't played that great as of late, but I think still a fan favorite.
Yeah, his minutes have definitely been up and down lately.
Yeah.
I
mean, I think his offense has been wonky since we've had him. You know, like he's sunk some threes here and there, been able to like run ahead for some layups. I think teams have been able to game plan for his defense more now.
Yeah.
You know, so now that he's in like a working team, they're like, okay, he is a threat. Let's think about how he's gonna guard us. So they're screening him more. They're switching off on him. So.
And Hachimura has thrived lately, so that's where some of his minutes went.
That's my second pick.
I think if you asked me like 3 weeks ago, Hachimura was going to be a frustrating player, but now he's just turned it around. He's been awesome. He's been the last game against the Suns and I think the Clippers. He was out there like, I don't know, looking like a mini LeBron. He was out there bruising guys. He was out there taking it all the way to the rack.
Yeah.
The Gonzaga Hachimura is coming out because Gonzaga Hachimura was dominant.
He looks confident. He looks more confident now.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm kind of getting a better sense for Hachimura. Like if you look at D'Lo, he's the player that will score in a pivotal moment with a lot on the line.
Mm-hmm.
But Hachimura will be the one who will score when we're way below the line. No one is scoring. Everyone's cold. But Hachimura will come in there, drop the midpoint shot. He'll go in for that layup. When everyone else is cold, you can depend on him to like lift the spirits and see some buckets go in. I think there were like at least 2-3 games off the top of my head that we were losing by like 10, and he was the only one that can come out and like bring the team back.
Yeah.
Right?
He plays hard, he attacks the basket.
Yeah. So you're right. He is cold. Like there are times where like we give him the ball. I'm like, oh, if you make that, layup or that 3-pointer where we take the lead, and he can't do it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think he's that guy, but he's the other guy. Like,
Yeah,
He
I
has the
think my
potential to be that
expectations,
guy.
and my expectations were very high for him, but I think it took a while to figure out what his role is, and I think he is. Yeah, I think the things that he's doing now are like he's just a little bit more consistent. He's a little more confident in what his role is, and he's just making shots. And he was just missing layups for a long time. I remember in that
Mhm.
that weird stretch of games where I'm like, what are you doing out here?
just dunk
But
it.
yeah, I think just dunk the ball. But he's what he has been now.
Yeah,
And I like it now. I feel better about re-signing him because we have to.
because we have
We have no
to.
choice. We have no choice but to
We
re-sign.
have no choice.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's it for our awards. Anything else you guys want to shout out?
Have you been hearing the Kyrie talks lately?
That's just ESPN chatter. That's
ESPN chatter,
ESPN chatter. This
right?
is chatter. They're spin doctors. It's just
So-
chatter. No.
So we've already said, or Pelinka has already said that he thinks that we're out of the Kyrie business, right? But what if
Oh,
Kyrie?
this is the chatter?
The chatter,
gosh.
the chatter is he might not resign with Dallas.
And the chatter is here because there was already rumors that he would go to the Lakers, and LeBron loves him, and LeBron says he's the best point guard and all that.
Yeah.
But you don't strip the team back down again
Yeah.
to
So
get him.
so the Mavericks, right? The Mavericks
Imagine
would
the Mavericks lose Luka in a year.
Yeah.
Like they got Kyrie, and they got way worse.
two things. Two things. Kid's a coach, and they traded away all the defensive players on a lacking defensive team to get Kyrie.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, they're gonna tank. So they're gonna throw the book. They're gonna throw their whole bank account at Kyrie just to sign him or else they're fucked, right?
Well, you don't have to, because who's bidding against you? Let's say the Lakers aren't in it. Lakers
People will
are gonna
bid.
get
I think
D'Angelo and everyone else.
there's gonna be a small market team who has cap space, who's be like, this is our chance to get an A-level star or superstar. You know,
Charlotte.
yeah, somebody. So like
Ooh,
somebody
Yeah.
will try. You know, so
Kyrie and LaMelo.
yeah, so they're gonna throw 5 years supermax whatever at him, and then if he says no, then the Mavericks would need to sign and trade.
I'd be looking at the Spurs, because I think Pop coached them in the Olympics. Probably they probably got a little bit of a history, at least some respect. But yeah,
I don't know if the Spurs would sign him, to be honest. I think it's because
Spurs
Pop.
have nothing.
I think it's because Pop knows him. They won't sign him. I think long term for them, Kyrie probably won't be good because you can't really build around him. I think the Mavericks had a good idea. They had their star that they're building around and adding a second, but they just fucked up because they traded away everyone else.
Yeah.
You know,
They could possibly, I don't know, they could be on the same page about, yeah, let's kind of build back the rest
So-
of the team and give it another chance.
so the like furthest possible thing is Kyrie says no to everyone and says I'll take a
Retires.
minimum deal with the Lakers. which any other player like, no way, that's like a 0% chance happening. But there's like a 2% chance that Kyrie might do that.
I think Kyrie could be good on the Spurs, or he could also be good on the Heat. Potentially, both like the Spurs rebuilding. If they get Wembanyama, that'd be a nice tandem. That's why they would sign him, just someone to pair him with. But on the Heat, he could actually win something if he has his mind right.
Jimmy,
Who's the Heat's point guard?
Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry?
Apparently it's not working out well.
Uh,
Yeah, it's not Toronto Kyle Lowry.
yeah,
Who?
he's older. Yeah, now.
So considering all the Mavericks drama, who fumbled the bag worse, or whatever that is? Dennis Schroeder or Mark Cuban?
Well, Schroeder's
Did-
not sitting at 84 again.
Dennis Schroeder, of course. Because Mark Cuban's
He'll
he's still
be
a billionaire.
Yeah.
He's still a billionaire. This is his side
He's
job.
gonna lose his team.
The Mavericks are his side job.
Yeah, this thing. This he's acting like this is Shark Tank.
Yeah,
And
right.
No,
Right. Like what this podcast is to us is what the Mavericks are for Mark Cuban.
yeah. Jeez. All right. On that note, anything else you guys want to add before we close it off?
Hey, I'm just happy that we still have a shot at the playoffs because I said it before.
Yes.
After our 2-10 start, and after all the injuries, I threw the towel in like multiple times this season. I didn't want to watch a game. I was really frustrated. So just the fact that it's April and I still care about basketball, that's I'm grateful for that. Because usually if this was a tanking year, I'm well into looking at our draft prospects already. But I'm happy that we still care this much.
Of course.
Yeah.
We got to keep into perspective that this isn't the 2-10 team anymore.
No. Yeah.
This is the third best team since the trade deadline.
Yeah.
And I want to go into the play-in and playoffs with that mindset, not the fear that we're going to mess it up. And
there's a good chance we're gonna mess it up.
Beat the Jazz. But to us, mess it up is it just mean not win a championship, or does it mean get swept in the first round, or
both?
Lose 2 play-in games.
Both. It's not a zero chance. All the teams that we were in the play-in against, they can beat us like handedly if we don't play well.
Anyone can beat anyone. Lakers are rested. I'll be okay. By rested, I mean no back-to-backs.
I feel content. Yes, I feel content with the matchups. But yeah.
But yeah, beat the Jazz, then beat the Pelicans, then let's go play the Grizzlies. Thank you,
Let's do
Davon
it.
Reed, for your contribution.
Oh, we have a little soundtrack.
Long
for
live
him.
Mamba.
Thank you,
Thank you, Davon.
Davon Reed. Appreciate you. Wait, I have a stat. How many minutes has Davon Reed played on the Lakers
Like in total,
in total in his career, Lakers career?
I'll say like 18.
I'd say less
David,
than
you
10.
guess?
Less than 10.
Oh, you guys are not giving me any credit. He had 27 whole minutes, almost a game.
Oh,
27 whole minutes. Wow.
I must have missed that one.
He played in 8 games, averaged 1 point a game, half a rebound, half an assist. Just elite level stuff. So thank you, Dave. Thank you, Davon Reed.
Thank you, Davon Reed.
It's not you.
luck,
It's the
internet.
roster congestion.
It's the roster,
Thank you,
yeah.
Davon.
I mean,
He ain't bad.
You're an NBA player, Davon.
I can't speak poorly. I've literally never seen him on the court with my own eyes.
He
Even
dribbled out the clock against Phoenix.
I stopped watching in that last minute. So I'm sure he's fantastic.
Awesome. Well, all right. That does it for today's show. Please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more Lakers content.
Bye.
See you guys.